You are watching Sipping Off the Cuff on tequilaaficionado.com. And did I say my name already?
No, but go ahead and say it anyway.
This is Alex Perez in
Uh,
Southern California.
I'm Mike Morales in San Antonio, Texas, and we have been going through the
I
entire
got
line.
distracted by the worm.
By the,
I
you
was thinking
know,
of the worm.
the worm does that to people. We've been going
Yep.
through the Oaxaca line of mezcales, and this one is interesting, Alex, because it literally does have the worm in it. I don't know if you can see it on from my end or from Alex's end. There it is. There
It's a
it is. You see
worm.
it? You see it right there? It's right there. Oh my God. Um, this is at a 40 ABV or 80 proof, aged up to 6 months in recharred American oak barrels.
Ooh, I like it already.
Now, it according to legend,
Nice.
the worm increases the libido. We will let you know. We all know it's a marketing thing. It was always a marketing thing to start with, but apparently Oaxaca is not. It's this is almost a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. I think this is their way of giving the salute to what we thought was mezcal years and years ago, right? So I think they do this with tongue-in-cheek, um, because as we've noticed in their line, Alex, they have not flawed, they have not faltered in any of of the expressions that they've sent to us. Not one.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. If anything, I'd love to have some fried um, gusanos with some of this.
Oh,
That would be good.
did I ever tell you that the
That,
first?
that's why I got distracted. I had actually was just in my mind. It popped into being in Oaxaca and sitting and having some of this Oaxaca
And
mezcal with some fried you know
larva.
larva. Yeah, insects. Hey,
They're
we're the only ones with an aversion to eating insects.
they're
Everybody else is okay with it. So
they're a great source of protein. Did I ever tell you the first time I ever had grasshoppers?
no,
I was at Tequila's Philly, which is David Suro's restaurant. David Suro, who produces Siembra Azul, and now his own line of mezcals also, and another line of tequila called Siembra Valles. Um, so we had a quick lunch because we were like in the middle. We were driving to upstate New York. We sat down with him between lunch and dinner, and he served us what I thought was some carne molida with salsa. I thought it was ground beef. He had homemade tortillas, and we started having
nice.
tacos and some tequila, and it wasn't until we were halfway through it he says, "Oh yeah, by the way, that's grasshoppers." I said, "What?" It was, you didn't even know the way he had prepared it. Whatever his
Nice.
recipe was, beautiful sauce, the
Love to try
consistency,
that.
the consistency of ground beef. I thought I was having ground beef.
That's impressive.
Who knew? It was, I said, "Oh, right on. Let's have some more." It was, it
That's
was
impressive.
great. With the with fresh guacamole and you name it. So if you can have insects, I guess if it's done right,
Hey,
let hey. So
hey, why not?
this is again an organic mezcal. It is at 40 ABV.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
This is more of what I'm used to sniffing.
Yeah, it's instantly recognizable,
Yes.
is what I would say.
Yeah,
Uh,
if you've had experience now with some mezcales and you know what espadín is like, you're gonna
this is
recognize this
what
one right away.
Espadino is supposed to smell like.
Yeah, but this is a reposado, so it's a recharred American oak barrel, which explains why it's so light in color.
Right.
And we haven't even talked, Alex, about how beautifully it clings to the glass. We know that there's no glassware, actual glassware for mezcal, but the this just it just beautifully clings to the glass.
Yeah, I actually noticed that in the entire line, the beautiful legs on the glass on these.
Yeah, there's no, because they're organic and because they're the way they are produced, they're not industrialized, and so anything that you see where it clings to the glass, that's just occurs naturally in the distillation. There's no added anything to this.
No added glycerin to it to make it look fancy. And
No, and this has some lovely, lovely
beautiful.
tears. In fact, I was going to even mention it when we did when we tasted the Madre Cuichet, that it had some really beautiful legs as well. But
I
it's
think,
real, it's consistent throughout the line.
yeah, the nose, beautiful nose. Even though we recognize it, it is a beautiful nose.
Yes.
To me, it's very fresh, very green. But at the same time, I can sense the sweetness. I don't know if that's coming from the espadín or if it's coming from the wood.
Well, the wood will probably get it in the flavor.
Mm,
Mmm. Mmm.
wow.
Oh, this is really different. The explosion in your mouth and the finish on the back end, and at the front, right at the attack, um, it you get that wood. You're getting a little bit of the caramel. You're getting a little bit of the recharring, whatever, the honey, the toasted, the toast that you're getting is right at the beginning. But and then as it goes, if it works its way through your palate, it just explodes right in the middle of the palate, and then the finish
Nice.
is really different. We had a couple of mezcales at a 40 ABV that were reposados, and I don't recall being as impressed um, with the higher ABV or the 40 ABV like I am with this one. And it could be just the work of the maestro mezcalero Beto Morales, who works with Oaxaca. But this is really different, Alex. This really
And
just the explosion was similar to what we had with the Tobala, where it just boom, it just exploded.
right. And it's amazing at this alcohol level, the amount of flavor that's coming out of there.
hmm In
Uh,
the
I love it.
past, you would get you wouldn't get this kind of complexity without going a little bit higher on your alcohol by volume. But that's not the case. Not here anyway.
Wow.
Holy
Beautiful.
cats. This is, I hate to say it, but because it's got the worm in it, and we all know the worm is just, see it right down there?
The worm is just a worm.
Yeah, it's just a worm. I think they did this as a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing, where they're kind of just making fun of themselves or not taking it too seriously. But hey, if you know, here you got a great souvenir you can take home with you, right? If you happen to be somewhere else, and it's got a worm in it, so it's mezcal. It's not tequila.
It's a local worm.
It's the local worm. Yeah. By the way, there's no worm flavor. It's not.
No.
It's not. It's not. It doesn't. It taste. My dad used to say stuff like, "It smells or tastes like ants." My dad was from Central America. I don't know what ants smell or taste like, um, but but I know that doesn't smell or taste like worm. Okay, so um, this is really outstanding,
Really
Alex.
good. I'm really impressed with the entire line. I can't find any flaws in this line.
No,
It's beautiful.
yeah, the consistency is there no matter what flavor profile or what plant, what varietal or expression you have a preference for. You're not going to fail anywhere. Great crowd pleaser.
Highly recommended the entire line.
The entire line is a
Yeah,
brand of promise. You
Brand of
know,
promise for this one too.
yeah, why
Even
not?
with the little guy, even with the little guy in there.
The little guy in there, he's just that's it's just so well done that there's, like I say, it hasn't faltered in any expression. We've seen tequilas, Alex, that have faltered from one to the other,
Yes,
or
that's a
that
good
didn't
point.
match. One
Very
was
good
better than
point.
the other, but
Very good point.
with the way they have this one figured out, and I think that has a lot to do with the Maestro Mescalero also. The consistency of the height of the quality is there, the level of the quality. So kudos to
Yeah, this
Mr.
really,
Zaidi.
Mike, this really, I mean, brands like Oaxaca and like, these type of brands, obviously Ron Cooper opened up the door, but it really breaks the stereotype of a mezcal. Back in the day, there was only one thing that was around, and the Gusano Rojo, and
Yeah,
people would buy that stuff.
I know.
So,
I had some of that
and
stuff.
so that's the image that people have. Very, very similar to, everybody, playing on their bad experiences with tequila, and then them, stereotyping everything else after that. So mezcal, I mean, there's so much artistry, so much good quality. The flavors are amazing, amazing flavors. I mean, you really need to go out and explore the world of mezcal, and this is one of the ways of doing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
where else could you go with one brand and try all these different types of agaves
sure.
and these types?
And you decide which, if you like one over the other one that are better. Uh, I think that they did a wonderful thing as far as sourcing the different plants, the different communities where these plants grow. Obviously, supporting the communities. These are organic mezcals as well, so you can feel good about what you're drinking. They're healthy. Um, you know,
They're healthy.
they're
Yes,
healthy,
yes,
including
they
the
are.
worm. I mean, if you get to
Right.
the bottom of that, you can eat that little sucker and, tell us if it increases your libido, like the website says. Okay.
And you know what? And they have some other stuff. They got some limited edition 90 proof bottles. They have a Mezcal Espadín Botánico and Manzanita. So we'd love to try those.
The manzanita must be their version of pechuga.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it
exactly.
says
That's what
here.
it is. It's a
Wow.
organic heirloom apples.
Whoa. I bet that's
That,
just
that
beautiful.
must be
How,
good.
how would you like to have that for dessert, man?
How'd you like them apples?
Yeah. Well, again, kudos to Oaxaca and all that they've done with their line. Amazing line. You can see all five of those on Alex's screen. Do not be afraid to pick these up. If you've never experienced what
Delicious.
mezcal can be, just pick
Delicious.
pick one. Make the investment. It's worth every penny.
Delicious.
You're not gonna
Delicious. Delicious.
yeah
Delicious. Delicious.
you're not gonna you won't regret spending the cash for stuff like this, because it really, and it satisfies. Like I said, this is just beautiful stuff. Read the website, catch them on Facebook, catch them on Twitter, look at their website, and you can catch us announcing the Brands of Promise Awards here very, very shortly. We've got some great fun things we're going to do with announcing our winners. Alex and I are going to be uh, live presenting the Brands of Promise on
Should I wear
Google
my tuxedo?
Google Hangouts. I'm going to wear the T-shirt that's got the bow tie and
The Chachi t-shirt?
the one that looks like a no, it's the Fonzie T-shirt, the one that looks like a tux, but it's just a T-shirt.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a
All
good
right.
time with that. You keep an eye on tequilaaficionado.com, Tequila Aficionado Media. You'll get all the information coming up here in the next week or two. We will make our announcements of the 2014 Brands of Promise Awards. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio.
And I'm Alex Perez in Southern California. You've been watching Sipping Off the Cuff on tequilaaficionado.com. Thanks for watching. And as always, sip wisely.